Great. So again, welcome. As you all know, we are here to discuss apprenticeships and skilled trades training. We are so excited because this week is actually apprenticeship week. So the timing is perfect. We are going to hear from 3 different programs that are available to our students. But first, I just wanted to, again, cover some housekeeping and go over some resources for learning more about apprenticeships. So for the housekeeping, a reminder to please stay muted at all times if you are not presenting to keep the integrity of the recording. As always, you can use the chat box feature to pose any comments, but the Q&A feature, which is located in the activities button to the left of the time in your top right corner, is the best way to ask questions for our Q&A session at the end of today's conversation. So we will take questions for myself or any of our speakers at the end of today's presentation using that feature. I'll remind everyone of that at the end. So as I mentioned, I'm going to stop presenting for a second and switch over and make sure everyone is aware of the MCCEI Education Map. Let me share my screen again. So if you are not aware, at mccei.org, you can find the education map, which is located in the top menu. And that is a great way to discover more about the built environment related programs in the state of Maryland. So because today we are talking about apprenticeships, I wanted to highlight that search feature. If you click where my mouse is at apprenticeship programs, the map automatically populates to all of our options across Maryland. A few of those will be highlighted here today from our speakers, but you can see there is a wide variety of options, and all of them are listed below where you can learn more about their available programs and click on the links to learn more from their sites directly. Similarly, in the Built Environment College Pathways webinar that we had a few weeks ago, we discussed how you could do the same for four-year colleges, community colleges, etc. So this is a great resource as you're looking at your next steps for furthering your higher education, looking to an apprenticeship program or a college pathway program. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that. With that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I am going to pass it on over to our first presenter. Before I do so, I want to remind everyone a little bit about what we learned in our skilled trades panel on Tuesday and what we have discussed in our webinars before. These apprenticeships and skilled trade training options are alternatives to going to a 2 or 4 year traditional college or university. Each of the programs that are here to speak today are going to talk a little bit about what that looks like in their program. But in general, this is a hands-on way to enter into the built environment career pathway and be able to earn while you learn, which is our big thing with apprenticeships. So I'm going to pass it over to Rico, who's here with IBEW, to talk a little bit about his apprenticeship program. Rico, welcome. Thank you so much.
Hello, how you guys doing? Thank you, Kim, for setting this up. I appreciate it, and I think it's important to let students know that there are alternative paths to college. I wasn't a college student. That wasn't me. I wasn't going to be, but Local 24, the IBEW apprenticeship, gave me an opportunity to be successful in so many different ways and live a happy and very fulfilled life where I can provide comfortably for my family. So I think it's important the work that you're doing, and I just wanted to thank you for that. A little bit about our apprenticeship. We're located at 2699 West Patapsco Avenue. We have a 5-year apprenticeship program. You earn while you learn. The first 2 years, you'll go to school 1 day during the week, and we do pay a stipend for that. So you'll get paid while you're in school that day instead of going to work. And the final years of the program is night school 2 times a week from 5 to 8. The entire time you're in the program, we will find employment for you. So you will maintain employment while you're in the program. We have fantastic health benefits. We have fantastic retirement benefits that just come from being a member of our organization. and working with our partner contractors. I myself started off in a different apprenticeship and went to this apprenticeship after some time. I just felt like it was better for me and my family at the time. Educationally, we're very. I like to say we're the best. I'm sure other people on the call will disagree with me, and that's fine. But we have a whole facility dedicated just to electrical installation. We have a beautiful building. Anyone who wants to come tour it can let me know, and we'll make sure we get you set up with a tour. We have full-time instructors that all they do, they were tradespeople. They went through an apprenticeship. They went through a trade. They worked out in the field, and now all they do is teach full-time. Actually, one of our instructors just won an award last year for the IBEW Teacher of the Year award, basically. So that's what we have going on. For me, it was a life-changing opportunity, and I just always feel so grateful to be able to talk to other people about how they could have an opportunity like that. Couple highlights: there's no cost to the apprentice. All of that money is paid by our contractors, so there's no tuition. You only have to pay for your books. And the first 2 years of school, if you get above a 93 average, your books are free anyway. You get your book money back. So, you compare that with college tuition, where $20,000, $50,000 a year to be able to come out and make our journeyman rate is over $40 an hour. So to be able to make $80,000 a year with the benefits that we have, the health insurance is on top of that, the pension is on top of that, the retirement 401k annuity is on top of that. You look at making over $100,000 a year with no college debt. I mean, who doesn't want? That's the dream, right? Who doesn't want that? And that's what we do. We train people from not knowing a single thing about the electrical industry, not knowing a single thing about what tools they're using, to being some of the best trained electricians in the area. And that's it. That's our program.
Thank you, Rico. If you don't mind, would you be able to elaborate a little bit more on how students could apply, or where they should go for more information?
Sure. So our JATC, our school has a website. It's JATC24, the numbers 24.org, JATC24.org. On that website, you'll see an application that you can download and fill out. You're going to need a valid driver's license. You're going to need a high school diploma or GED, and you're going to need sealed official high school transcripts that show that you passed algebra. Now, for whatever reason you didn't pass algebra or you don't have those transcripts, there is a link on the website for a course that satisfies that requirement if you have to take that course instead. But that's it. That's all you need. After that, you'll take an aptitude test. It's basically some reading comprehension and some basic algebra. If you score high enough on the aptitude test, you'll be given an interview, and that's where you get a chance to shine. You get a chance to sell yourself just like any other job interview. Tell people why you want to be a member, why you want to be an apprentice, why you want to be an electrician, and get a chance to really show who you are and what your value will be to the organization. After that, you'll get a letter in the mail saying either that you've been accepted or that you have not been accepted. And if you've been accepted, as soon as they find a job for you, they'll call you and say, hey, come to work. From filling out the application and finding out you've been accepted, it can be anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks of a timeline. We do have something, it's called a CW position, where you can go to work immediately while you're waiting for that process to play out, if there's work available for that job classification. That's something else that I suggest to people. If they really want to go to work tomorrow, here's an opportunity to do that while you let your application process play out.
Thank you, Rico. Great information. And for our guests on the call today, I have placed the link that Rico mentioned in the chat box. So please feel free to use that as well to access the application and any further information. But thank you again, Rico, for that. That was great, and a great start to our speakers today. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Adrian from Howard Community College. We have spoken past. If you've participated in the ACE Mentor program, you've likely heard about all of these apprenticeship programs. And one specifically being the Howard Community College's apprenticeship program, the new one that the construction management, I know some of our teams, which I believe some of the students on the call today we're talking about that program. So this might come familiar to you, but they have some exciting new programs launching. So Adrian, I'm going to pass it over to you, and feel free to share your screen and talk a little bit about your programs. Thank you for being here.
Okay, well, for whatever reason, it won't let me share my screen. It's saying that I'm not allowed to. So that's okay. I can talk about our programs. Howard Community College does have several different type of trades programs. The first one is a construction management apprenticeship. It is a 2-year apprenticeship program. At the conclusion of 2 years, you will end up with a construction management certificate. You actually will be hired by an employer. Once you're hired by the employer, you will be working for them Monday through Thursday, and you'll be attending class at HCC on Fridays. So again, 2 years attending school on Fridays, great opportunity to do that. The minimum requirements are that you are 18, have a driver's license, and there is an application on our website. We do open those websites at various times. Right now, the construction management application is scheduled to open late December, early January. The cohort will begin in June. So it is a summer start, and with Fridays. And then again, it's for approximately 2 years. We do also have an HVAC, which is a 4-year program. The HVAC is in partnership with the Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors of Maryland. The applications for HVAC open in the summer, so typically around July 1st. They're open until approximately mid-August, and then the classes do start mid-September. The HVAC students will be working full-time in the HVAC field, and they'll be going to school 2 nights a week at HCC. Again, we do partner with the Heating and Air Conditioning Contractors of Maryland. They do have a new lab that is in partnership with Howard Community College. And the lab is something that you will literally go to their facilities 1 day a week, and then the HCC classroom 1 day a week. And then we have a brand new apprenticeship that we're offering in partnership with the IEC. That's the Electrical Apprenticeship. We have applications and information sessions that are available on our website, which I posted in the chat, howardcc.edu/apprentice. That will take you to our apprenticeship page. The electrical apprenticeship will begin in January. We're currently taking applications, and we do have an information night scheduled one day next week, and also December the 1st. Applications are due by December the 4th. You will be required, if you do not have an OSHA 10, you will be required to take an OSHA 10, and we're scheduling that for mid-December so that you can have that completed prior to the January start. Electrical is a 4-year program with labs and classroom 2 nights a week, and I believe there will be also some select Saturdays with labs. All of our apprenticeship programs typically require a secondary application, and that's a secondary application for the apprenticeship. There is a process that we go through. All of our apprenticeships are a little different. In addition to the 3 trades that we do have, we also have apprenticeships in IT, as well as software development, biomedical engineering technology, 3 in IT, 3 in software development, and the 1 in biomedical engineering technology. So that's a total of 10 that HCC does offer, and we're still continuing to grow those apprenticeships. Any additional questions, Kim? Is there something else I need to cover?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight that these, apprenticeship, while it's at the Howard Community College, so our students on the call that are not in Howard County might think that it might be difficult for them to attend something outside of their local community college, that these are open to all students. If you don't mind touching on that a little bit.
Absolutely, yes. All of our programs are offered to any student, especially our construction management is the only apprenticeship construction management program in the state of Maryland. There are other construction management programs at other community colleges, but they have not paired it with the apprenticeship. So you're able to attend Howard Community College. We are located in Columbia. And again, most of the courses, they are paid by the employers. The employer is paying 100% of your tuition, fees, books. You're receiving a progressive wage, full-time benefits, everything, and this is your career. So where else can you go with on-the-job training, a career, courses being paid for, no student debt? It's a fabulous opportunity for the students. So yes, you are eligible anywhere in the state, outside of the state. We have had some people that are outside of Maryland that have attended our apprenticeship programs. That's the beauty of the apprenticeship and working with employers. Once you're hired, then you're working for them. And some employers, even though they may be located in Howard County, they may also be doing business outside of Howard County that you'll be required to travel to. That's why most of our programs do require that driver's license.
Thank you very much, Adrian. That was great information. As Adrian mentioned, the link to the apprenticeship page on Howard Community College's website is in the chat box. But thank you again for speaking on that. I am going to now pass it over to Michelle, who is with ABC Baltimore. Our students have heard a lot about the ABC programs as well, a robust amount of them. So Michelle, I'm going to pass it over to you. I'm hoping, and Adrian, I'm really sorry that the presentation portion isn't working. Michelle, if you did want to share your screen, I'm hoping that it will work for you in the bottom right-hand corner, but the floor is yours. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Kim. Good afternoon, everyone. As Kim mentioned, my name is Michelle Butt. I'm with the Associated Builders and Contractors Greater Baltimore chapter. ABC is a national trade association that services the construction industry. And I'm one of 4 chapters. We have chapter, besides Baltimore, we have a chapter in Annapolis, Beltsville, and Hagerstown. We're nationwide. And total chapters are, I would say, now about close to 80 chapters, and also including Hawaii and Alaska as well, if you ever think about going there to serve an apprenticeship. So like all apprenticeship programs, the apprentices have to work full-time. They go to school in the evenings with our program 2 nights a week. So you're working year-round full-time, collecting a full-time paycheck with benefits, and then attending classes 2 nights a week, 3 hours each night. And apprenticeship classes are from September to May each year. Each program is 4 years. We currently offer 7 trades. They are electrical, plumbing, carpentry, sheet metal, sprinkler fitting, HVAC, and pipe fitting. And at the end of 4 years, the apprentices, like all approved apprenticeship programs in Maryland, receive a completion certificate from the state of Maryland, and this is a very important credential. So I will just say, speaking on behalf of all apprenticeship programs, students, when you are seeking a training program and you're talking to the directors of admissions or whoever that you're dealing with, recruiters, you want to always make sure that you receive a government-issued credential when you complete the apprenticeship program, or any type of training program. That's very important because credentials is everything. So in our apprenticeship program, completers get their certificate of completion from the state of Maryland, depending what trade you're in. Across the board in all trades, you'll get certified in OSHA 10, first aid CPR, and then there's specialized training, again, depending on what trade you're in. Like, for instance, plumbers, they get gas fitting program and that credential, backflow certification, which holds a credential as well. CFC for HVAC, and so on and so forth. We do help with job placement. So if you're accepted as an eligible applicant with our program, we do assist finding a job. Contractors pay for your tuition, which does include your books. And there is a progressive wage scale, and the other presenters have mentioned that today. The state regulates the progression. So every 1,000 hours an apprentice works on the job, they'll receive an increase in their wage. And the idea is by the time you finish the 4-year training program, you'll be making somewhere between 95 and 100% of the journey person's wage. And the journey person is the experienced person that you were working with on the job site who has already completed an apprenticeship program, and you're learning skills under the direction of that person. We do partner with the Community College of Baltimore County. So completers of our apprenticeship program will earn 24 college credits with CCBC. And we have a large number now of students that have completed our program, now working as a journey person and continuing their education with the community college part-time in the evenings, maybe taking a summer course here or there. And before you know it, they'll earn their construction management degree with CCBC if they so choose. So that's another benefit. And again, more credentials for going through an apprenticeship program. Let's see, each contractor actually determines their own apprenticeship wages. Let me take that back. They establish their own journey person's hourly wage, and that's what the apprentice is paid a portion of. We have about 150 contractors currently utilizing our apprenticeship program, employing the apprentices, and we're at about 500 apprentices right now. School year was a little late beginning this year, just to make sure that we conform with COVID restrictions and stuff. But we did start our classes about a month ago, so we're up and running. This year, because of COVID, our classes are hybrid. So we're using Zoom classes for related instruction, and our students do come to our facility, which is now located in Baltimore City, for their hands-on training, specialized courses, as well as I mentioned, and for testing. Okay, so next year, keep fingers crossed, hopefully it'll be all face-to-face and we won't have to be using Zoom classes anymore. So to apply for our apprenticeship program, you would go to our website, abcbaltimore.org. I went ahead and typed that into the chat, so you'll have that information. But application process is you apply online, you submit a few documents, and then you're scheduled for an interview. All interviews now, of course, are virtual. If you're accepted, then you would get a list of contractors that participate in our program, and then we assist you in finding a job with one of those companies full time. Okay, Kim, did I cover what I needed to cover today? Any questions?
Yeah, that was great. I'm now going to remind everybody on the call of the Q&A feature open for all of our panelists today. So the triangle, square, circle button that you see in the top right next to your time is the activities button. On that button, you will find the Q&A feature. That is the easiest way to submit a question for our Q&A portion. So I'll give everyone a minute or two to do that to see if we do have any questions that come in. This recording, of course, will be uploaded to our Google Drive. I'll take a minute to give a few plugs while we see if there are any questions that come in. The recording of this and our other recordings will be uploaded to our Google Drive. Feel free to look back at that for more information as well. Please utilize the MCCEI Education Map that I mentioned, as well as our co-presenter Build Your Path for all of the information on the buildyourpath.org website for determining what skilled trade you might be interested in if an apprenticeship has sparked your interest today. I want to thank all of our panelists again one more time before we see if there are any questions for taking the time today and talking to our students about the many different options that are located in the area for an apprenticeship program, as well as for all of you highlighting the benefits of an apprenticeship program, which I think is really important for our students to know. My final plug will be a reminder to our students on the call. Many of you have attended. This is our 9th out of our 10th part of our webinar series. So thank you for joining us through this whole series. The last one is next Tuesday, where we'll be talking about the ACE Mentor Program and what to expect come January. So it's a really exciting, you get to hear a little bit more about the project you may be working on, as well as what to expect going virtual for our program this year. Let me check if there are any questions. It does not look like there are any questions. Of course, everybody on the call today has my contact information. As you receive the calendar invite, please let me know if you do have any questions, and I'll be sure to, of course, talk to our speakers and get answers for you all. But thank you guys for joining today. Again, to our panelists, thank you, and to our attendees, thanks for listening. Look forward to the next one on Tuesday.
Thanks for having us, Kim. Appreciate it.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Kim.
Of course.
Great to see you again.
Yes, good to see you. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Kim.